Let's go back to the year 2003. I'm 10 years old and entering my first local game store. More than the Odyssey boosters or high roller singles, I'll remember one thing. Groups of players huddled around swapped binders, deep in the discussion of a trade. I love trading cards. Cards get moved through the community. Stories are shared about damaged corners and strange borders, and players step closer to their perfect deck. And yet today, at the end of many game nights, I'm the only one with a binder. What happened? Turns out, the decline of trading is about more than just one game. It's a microcosm of the trends that have shaped human commerce for centuries. This video is about the economics of trading. Let me know what you're looking for, because it's time to search your library. There's an easy answer to the question in the title. People don't trade anymore because no one else brings their binders. Trading follows what economics refers to as a network effect. Something's value is based on the number of its users. A parallel example is phones. If you're the only one with a phone, you've paid hundreds for a hunk of metal. At 2 users, you've effectively got walkie-talkies. But once everyone has a phone, it's global, instant communication. The same is true for trades. There's a cost to trading, purchasing a binder, filling it with value, and lugging it around. If fewer people have binders, it's less worthwhile to bring yours. But this alone doesn't explain the issue. It's tautological. People don't trade anymore because people don't trade anymore? No, a better question is, why did people stop bringing trades in the first place? To answer that, consider a more far-reaching fact. There has never, in human history, been a society built on barter. There are 2 problems with barter. The first is called the double coincidence of wants. Trade only works when both parties have something the other needs. You may have experienced this before. You're excited about a friend's cards, but nothing of yours has piqued interest. Trading is inefficient for getting what you need. The second problem is that under pure barter, there is no standard of value. You'd need to define exchange rates for every combination of good. This becomes especially problematic when there's information asymmetry, when one party knows more about relative value. Everyone has heard horror stories about younger players scammed out of expensive cards by unscrupulous experts. One solution for both of these problems is a medium of exchange, a measurement of value for all goods. Basically, money. Now obviously, money has been around for a few years before Magic, but when Richard Garfield envisioned the game, he believed that trading and ante were the primary ways that cards would propagate through communities. This actually makes sense. Magic was the first game of its kind, and it would have been pure hubris to assume that a piece of cardboard would be worth so much as $20, let alone $200,000. To facilitate this original vision of the game, Wizards kept the distribution and even the list of cards very close to the chest. But Magic happened to be born alongside another global phenomenon: the Internet. And with the fan overlap, players quickly turned to Usenet boards to discuss everything about the game. They began to tease out the rarities and power levels of cards, or to use the Economics 101 terms, supply and demand. Using this information, fans began intelligently setting prices for personal or game store sales. Aggregating those sales led to the first price lists, remarkably similar to the ones seen today. This is one of the most powerful things about the internet: dynamic pricing. That's the ability to quickly collect and aggregate data about what people are willing to pay for something. It's been transformative for the modern economy, if not always in the best ways. For example, price data on sites like Zillow contribute to skyrocketing housing prices. Today, money is our medium of exchange. The internet makes information more symmetrical. So in practice, trading should be smooth. And in fact, a trade in 2025 can be very methodical. You spend most of the time matching up value so that you're effectively selling cards to each other. So how could trading decline in such a perfect environment? Because money and the internet have also led to the rise of the online marketplace. Sites like Card Kingdom or Star City Games. These businesses benefit from being economies of scale. I mentioned earlier that there are costs to being a trader. There are bigger costs to being a seller. Warehouses, employees, and mostly functional websites. But the cost per unit is smaller. It doesn't take much for these businesses to take in another 100 or even 100,000 cards. This means that they can also have what are known as loss leaders, items that aren't worth it to sell, but get you to purchase a larger order with more expensive options. Those commons are like the Costco chicken that tempt you into buying an air fryer. This scale allows them to be one-stop shops for your gaming needs. By reducing the friction necessary to acquire the cards you need, these websites outcompete trading in terms of efficiency, just as the centuries of marketplaces have for food, clothes, and everything else. The last element behind trading's decline is the cards themselves. As Magic has grown, many of its cards have become collectibles. The economic definition of a collectible is a good that is valuable due to scarcity and niche interest. The niche interest point is key. For one, there are now thousands of cards more than before. You're often building a specific deck which is already within a very specific hobby. These include rare variants that are tailored to very specific fans, like those who are fans of both Magic and Doctor Who Series 12. We're living in a supercharged version of the coincidence of wants, where no one binder is going to have every card you need. These are goods that could probably only coexist with online marketplaces. In summary, while Magic was designed as a trading card game, it quickly lost this status. Trading is an inefficient way of exchanging goods. Both money and the internet permit the rise of marketplaces, and card design has fed this trend. Today, Magic is a collectible card game. Or it will be, if we let it. To restate, I love trading. Some have called it the best format in Magic. And even from a cost-benefit perspective, there are actually advantages to trading. First, both players take on relatively identical overhead, preparing a binder. This balance means that $10 of cards are worth $10 of cards, without shipping or handling. Second, trading is mostly instantaneous and simultaneous. Both players immediately receive their desired good. But most important is an intangible benefit. I mentioned earlier that there weren't any historical barter economies. However, we have had gift economies like Papua New Guinea's Mocha system. In gift economies, people readily give away items in order to support social cohesion and eventual reciprocation. Chances are you don't live in a gift economy today, but you can incorporate aspects of it into your experience of Magic. Accept trades of equal value even if you don't immediately need certain cards. You'll benefit your peers and demonstrate to others the value of easy trading. If a party is a little under, accept a soda, booster pack, or just let it slide. Efficiency isn't the only thing that matters in an economy. If it was, we'd probably be doing something other than attacking each other with Kithkin and fungi all day. We can choose when to engage with modern commerce and when to enjoy the social aspects of less powerful methods. And if it makes your choice any easier, I'll still be bringing my binder this week. How about you? Do you trade today? Why or why not? Let me know if I've captured your personal economics in this video. For those interested in learning more about money and barter, this video was inspired by Jacob Goldstein's Money, the True Story of a Made-Up Thing. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.
Shh!